So imagine a scenario where you are in an internal network penetration test and you want to dump passwords from the LSASS process on the target system. And to do so, you run Mimikatz on it, and this is what you get. Well, I can understand your pain, and that is exactly why we need a new way and yet a simple one of doing so. So hello everyone, it's me ActiveXSploit back again with a new video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to dump passwords from the LSASS process without Mimikatz, and that is via a API call known as MiniDumpWriteDump. So with that being said, let's get started. But wait, before starting out, this is a short note from my side to you guys. Before you guys spam the comment section saying that this method doesn't work, please note that this technique is a very well known and a common method, okay? So antivirus or the EDR system is easily going to detect it. I'll explain you how this technique works, but I won't explain you how to bypass the antivirus or the EDR system. It can be bypassed by studying the behavior of the antivirus or the EDR, and by behavior I mean what kind of mechanism it is using to detect stuff, okay? And that can be, for example, API hooking, sandboxing, etc. So finally, with that being said, let's get on with it. Okay, so I have a file called dump.cpp opened up here in Visual Studio 2022 with some code in it. Now, I won't be coding the whole part on the screen. Instead, I have it coded right now, and I'll explain you the code and the technique. So at first, we start out by declaring some of the necessary header files, which is windows.h header file, and then we have the dbjhelp.h header file, and we also link up a library, which is the library of dbjhelp.lib. Okay, and in the code we have two functions present. So first of all, we have the LSASS dump function, and the other one is the main function. So let's discuss about the LSASS dump function because it carries out the whole operation, okay? It carries out the whole technique. So first of all, we start out by specifying the process ID of the LSASS process, which is 520 in my case. Please make sure to change this if you are trying this out in your own lab. And then we create a file called dumpfile.dmp using the createFileA function. And then we have some normal logic over here. Okay, we have some if-else logic over here. And then we open up the process. We open up the LSASS process using the open process function, and we store the process handle inside of the LSASS process handle declared over here. Okay. After that, what we do is we execute a function called MiniDumpWriteDump on the LSASS process. So what exactly this API call does is it creates a dump of the specified process and stores it on a file which is saved on the disk. Okay, so in our case we are dumping out the LSASS process and we are storing that file. We are storing the dump in a file called dumpfile.dmp. Okay, as you can see, we have specified the dump file handle over here. So the MiniDumpWriteDump function, once again, what it does is it is going to dump the process specified, and then it is going to store that dump in a file on the disk, okay, which is the dumpfile.dmp in our case. And after that, once again, we have some basic logic, nothing more than that. And as you can see, the code is like very simple and very short to understand. So that's all for the coding part. Now let's compile this file to an executable. So for that, I'll use the Visual Studio build tools. So I'll just compile that quick. And there we go. We have the output dump.exe over here. Now I'll move this file to my target system, to my target VM, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Okay, so I have the dump.exe file on my Windows 10 VM, and I have a command prompt opened up as an administrator over here. Now note that you require the NT authority system privilege to actually perform this operation, okay, to perform this whole technique. So as you can see, I have the NT authority system privileges over here, and I have the dump.exe process file present over here. Also, if I open up task manager and if we check the PID of the LSASS process, as you can see, it is 520 over here. So now what I'll do is I'll execute this dump.exe, and as you can see, it says dump file created successfully, got a handle to the LSASS process, successfully conducted memory dump. So this means that we were able to dump out the LSASS process and store it into a file called dumpfile.dmp. Now we have the dump file. Now how can we extract credentials from it? To do so, what you can do is you can take this dump file offline to another Windows VM of yours and run Mimikatz on it, and you can dump this you can load this dump file into Mimikatz and extract all logon hashes or passwords from it. And that is what I'll show you next. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll actually move this dump file .dump to my desktop over here. Dump file.dump, and there we go, we have the file. And then what I'll do is I'll actually open up another command prompt, and then I'll open up Mimikatz DDX64. There we go. Okay, now first of all, what you have to do is you have to type secure LSA MiniDump. So this particular command is basically to load the dump file into Mimikatz. Okay, so we'll just say secure LSA MiniDump C users test desktop dump file.dmp, and as you can see, it says switch to MiniDump, and we have the dump file over here. After that, what you have to do is you just say securl secure LSA logon passwords, and as you can see, we have all the logon passwords over here. As you can see, we have the hash, the NTLM hash of the test user. So what we can do is we can actually just take this hash, and what I'll do is I'll just minimize this, and just a minute, I'll open up crackstation.net, and I'll just paste this hash over here. Okay, just a minute, and I'll click on crack hashes, and as you can see, we have the password, which is test123, and obviously it is so difficult, like, yeah, it took like, years to crack it. Very difficult password. So that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something new from it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me and motivates me to produce more content. So that's all. Bye bye, take care, and have a nice day.